morning, everybody. Welcome to video number 3. Early Easter greetings to all. It's a little bit of a tough holiday, I think, for all of us right now. We don't get to spend that time in personal contact with our loved ones, with our family. So if you're anything like me, feeling maybe a little low today, so I thought I'd reach out to everybody, spend this time together, especially my wonderful girls and my other kids, and help us to bring a little joy into this weekend, feeling better physically, relaxing mentally. So join me, let's release and let's feel better today. Nice deep breath in, body in neutral, neutral pelvis, soft knees. Let's start off with a nice breath in. Let's reach out through our fingertips, slowly release down and drop your head and neck. Breath in, lengthen out, and release. And breath in, feel that reach out your fingertips, keeping the nice hold through the pelvic floor as we pull up, lengthen out, and relax it down. Let's do one more. Breath in, lengthen out through those fingertips, and relax it down. Let's take that left arm up to a lunge, lift it tall, reach it out, and come back to neutral. Take it to the side, lifting tall, reaching out, and back to neutral. Again, little deeper lunge, pull up that pelvis, release down, and relax your center. Take it out, deep breath in, release it down. We're going to keep that going, and we're going to add an arm circle. Let's relax that shoulder. Up, release down, into the side, and up, and relax it down. Remember to pull up that center. Deep breath in, up, and release it down. And deep breath in, up, and release it down. Once more each side. Let's take it out. Feel that reach and relax it around. Last time. Take it out. Feel that reach and relax it down. Double arms, taking it into a gentle squat, lifting up and out. Arms nice and close to the body, lifting out. Deep breath in. Pull up that core, pelvic floor. Relax again. Take it down. Nice reach. One more. Take it down into those thighs. Release. I'm going to take it to a hip hinge. I'm going to press that body out. Release the back and take it up. I'm going to release that hinge out. Relax down and take it up. Release to that hip hinge. Relax down and take it up. Back to your center. 2 more. Release down. Breath up and around. And back. Down. Up and around. Let's take it one more. Let's hold this one. Nice and strong. Chin in. Abdominals to the back. Relax the knees. And press up. Keep that spine nice and straight. Relaxing it up. Take it down. Press those thighs. Hold. One more. And press. Release down. And come up. And back to center. And relax those shoulders. Easy. 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 Just let the body sway, shifting through the hips, shifting through that core, shifting through the shoulders, circling around. Let the body weight transfer through the thighs, transfer around and up, transfer around and up. Be aware of that hold through your center. Pulling up, rib cage stays in, other direction. Take it around, deep breath in, and ease that around. Over, last 2, and over, Last one. And over and hold that center again. Let's take that left leg up, press it down. Little bit of balance here. And press it down. Slowly hold and take that to a release. Hold. Let's circle your hip. Circle around, center. Take it up, around, center. Holding tall. Up, around, center. Up, around, center. We're circling the shoulder, your hip. Lift around, center. Through that hold and press. Last two. And take it up and around. Side to a lunge. Let's lift that up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Slowly back to that hip hinge. Hamstring stretch. Hold that core. Bend both knees. Take it up. Hold. Let's release that and switch sides. I'm going to take that over. Big lunge. Nice and tall. Feel that reach. Pull in your center. Hold that. Slowly straighten out the leg. Back to that hamstring stretch. Retract those shoulders back. Gently come up. Bend those knees. Let's take it up again. Tilt your pelvis. We want to feel those flexors working. Hold that tilt. And gently take it up. Once more each side. I'm going to take it over. Reach into that lunge. Right up to the ceiling. If the back is hurting, reduce the amount of lift. Tilt that pelvis a little more. Don't raise your arms as high. But if you can, really tighten that back leg. You're going to get a great flexor stretch. Hang on to that. Slowly begin to straighten the legs. Slowly back. Nice hip hinge. Slowly up. Bend those knees. Nice and tall. Release. Once more other side. Take that lunge around. Reach that up. Nice and tall. Oh, feels good. You should notice your body beginning to loosen. Slowly up. Back to that hip hinge. Tall, long spine. Over the hamstrings. Feeling the hold and the balance. Take it back to those bent knees. Nice and tall. Hold that pelvis. Nice reach. And gently take it down and relax. I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but I'm playing lots of John Prine. Love him. I hope you guys do too. We're going to relax those hips in and out with a travel step. Travel step, engaging your adductors from that center line. Engage, engage, holding. Going to take your hip up for a nice stretch. Up, 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 up. Arms go up, they go out, they go down. They go up, they go out, they go down. Once more. Up, out, and down. Hold that length through your spine. Nice and tall. Nice. And up. I'm going to take it right down to the floor now. Grab your ball to your knees. And here we go into some nice upper body and core. A little bit of strength for a moment. Again, always do what's comfortable. Think about position foremost. It's not about how hard you're pushing. It's not about trying to achieve a big, deep movement. It's about holding the center first, and then you challenge your extremities and your strength from that ability to maintain the stabilization in your core. That keeps you safe. It protects your joints. It protects your muscles. That's how our body wants to move. Arms out nice and straight. Pull in that pelvis, kind of like a karate chop kind of position. This is using your triceps primarily. So the weight will come down almost a little bit like a nice plank position, modified. Use your triceps to press that back. Into the arms. Notice there's no movement from your shoulder to the elbow. The back is staying stable. And press. Now don't make the mistake of releasing through your hips. Let your arms do the work. If you need to reduce the movement, just do a baby one. Just a baby push. Let's go down for 4 more. You're going to feel this in your chest, in your triceps, and in that core. Hold and press. And for those a little stronger, a little more advanced, you can start a tiny bit of shoulder movement with this. Caution, make sure you feel secure. So you go down to those triceps, open up the shoulders slightly, and roll the whole thing back. This one's a little bit more advanced. So don't overdo it. Press. Notice how the back is not breaking. Let's go for 2 more. Take it down. Open. Take it back. 1 more, and then we'll do an isometric. Let's take it down. All the way up. Here comes our hold. Nice challenge. Take it down into those triceps. Stay here with your shoulder. Hold in your abdominals. Grab your pelvic floor. Squeeze your gluteals. Push the abdominals into your back. Strong shoulder, long neck. Hang on. Nice engagement. Deep breathing. Exhalation up. Here we go. Good job. Let's relax those lats and those arms. So left arm down to the floor. Let's reach that arm forward. And just allow the ball to support a nice stretch in your lat and in your shoulder. Just reach that. Cat curl up with the abdominals. And gentle reach down. Now this is not forced. Don't force that shoulder and lat stretch. Just work a nice elongated position that feels good into the shoulder girdle and into the chest wall, into those arm attachments. This is great for the posterior shoulder, especially that teres minor of the shoulder girdle, one of those ligaments. It's one that likes to get irritated, causes a little bit of inflammation. This is a great stretch. Slowly, use that core, bring it on up, and let's switch arms. Take it down. Nice supports, wherever you're comfortable. A bigger stretch, arm higher on the ball. To release it and not go as aggressively, hand lower on the ball. So do what's comfortable as you gently release into that stretch. Pull in your abdominal muscles, grab the Kegels with it, pelvic floor, and relax down to the arm. Come into those abdominals, pelvic floor. You're really using your abdominals on this. And relax it down. Let's go for 2 more. Take it on up. Release it down. Last one. And take it on up. Release it down. And slowly bring that arm up. Knees a little bit apart. I'm going to do a little bit of a circle. Working to balance your hip with your upper body. If your knees aren't comfortable, please maybe kneel on, a couple layers of blanket or thicker mat if you've got one. Otherwise, let's continue. We're going to circle that around. Back with the hips, pull in with the abdominals, and we're bringing the core in with the shoulders and your hips together. So you reach away with your hips, away with your shoulders, and pull in from your abdominals. Reach away, pull in with your abdominals. Reach away, pull in with your abdominals. 1 more. Reach away, pull in with those abdominals. Let's switch. Carefully, back, balance that movement, and come in. Deep breath in to release, pelvic floor, gluteal contraction up to the core. Around and in. 2 more. Bring it around, balance that that stretch, only moving as deeply as you're comfortable with. One more, it should not be hurting. Take it around. And in, and let's relax your back for a moment. Pull that ball in, take your body over, and let's just relax. Nice and easy. Just start a nice, gentle little rock. Slowly, we're going to let it become a bit bigger. Come to your hair tickles the floor. And slowly back. So again, hair tickles the floor. Slowly forward. Relax. Give your body to the ball. Allow your spine to open up. Forward. One more. Forward. Relax. And back. We're going to go into a little bit of a push-up position. We're going to pull that ball in. You're going to walk yourself out. Now, tippy toes touching the floor. Raise your hips up from there. And then do one big step forward. This is a nice modified position. Not too difficult. It really balances what's going on with your arms, with your chest, and with the rest of the core and hips. Let your elbows go out. We're turning out, so we're into our chest, but shoulders down. Pull in your abdominals. Squeeze your gluteals. Point your toes as we slowly go down, nose in between your hands. You don't need to go too deep, but you do want to feel a nice balance between the shoulders, your chest, and your ability to maintain the contraction, the hold, and the lift of your hips. Let's take it down. Isometric hold. Stay into that position. Notice how the body is in that slant. Hold the strength. Come up, bring your elbows in. So we're going to turn them in. Tricep. Pull in those abs. Come on down. Press it up. Real nice one for the arms. And press it up. Take it down. Let's do one more. Take it down. Let's hold this next one. Hold. Squeeze your abdominals in. Squeeze those glutes. And up. And then slowly right back to a pike stretch. Your arms are straight. The legs are straight. Relax your head, your neck, your spine. Nice deep breath in and out. Big stretch. From here, we're going to come forward again. We're going to do a pike abdominal lift. And slowly back to the lower pike flexion. Come up, contraction, lift, and back. Again, these are nicely modified. Not too difficult. Really allows you to focus on positioning, to focus on balance between the arms, the shoulder, the core. Squeeze those kegels. You should feel that belly button really pressing into the back on that one. Your knees are straight, the toes are pointed, the body is engaged. Let's do one more. Press it down to the floor. Let's take it up. Press. Now this next one, a little bit harder. So we're going to go from that pike, and we're gently going to pull knees up and out. Be careful on this. Lots of stability, strength, and balance required in your shoulders. So if you're not comfortable with that, please stay in the previous movement, which is just the pike. Let's do one more, kids. One more. Little isometric on this one. Hang on. Feel those shoulders working. Pull in your core. And slowly down. Walk it back. And relax. Nice. Relax your wrists. In the female body, wrists be one of the weaker areas, that's for sure. So you want to relax those joints. Again, if it's not comfortable for you, if you really feel the wrist hurting, back your pressure up. You can try going on your fist to the floor. And if it's not comfortable, just don't do a deep position. Let's switch direction of the wrist. Let it massage the entire forearm, nice and easy. And then slowly bring it up. We're going to lay down on the floor. I'm hoping I'm still in the shot. Let's lay right down. We're going to bend your knees. You're going to place them up on the ball. Bring that ball next to the hamstrings, right underneath the calves. We're going to flex your feet, push down. Now let's think about neutral. We want our chin in. You want your shoulders back. And then to press and slide them down. Bring your rib cage down. Bring the belly button down against your spine. Push into your sacrum. Push down against the ball with your thighs. You're going to feel your body being contracted against the ball and against the floor. A little bit of pressure with the chin to the head, elongating the cervical spine at the top of your neck. Shoulders pushed to the floor, arms pushed to the floor. So this is a wonderful balanced positioning exercise that really allows your body to recruit all your tissues, your ligaments, your tendons, and your muscles to fire and balance evenly. Let it all go. Deep breath in, point the toes. Let's do it again. Press it down to the floor. Chin in and back, push with your head. Shoulders push to the floor. Arms press to the floor. Rib cage press to the floor. Abdominals down to the floor. Hips into the floor. Legs pushed against the ball. Feet flexed. Nice. We're going to go from this position into a nice glute lift. Lengthen your legs out. Point your toes again. Keep your chin well away from the chest. You're tilted with the pelvis. We want to use those glutes to balance what's going on with the hip flexors. Remember, fire the butt. Pull in your abdominals. Open up your shoulders. Open up your chest. We're going to keep this going for a set. We're going to go down, flexion, tense to the floor, exhalation, and up. Bring it down, and then fire the position to the floor, exhalation, point up. We're going to make this a wee bit harder. We're going to bend your elbows, and as you come up, we're going to try to lift and feel that balance. Feel the balance. Hold and maintain that alignment, the firing of the glutes. Let's bring it down, 2, place 3, 4, release. Keep the tension, keep the body working. Come down, push those arms to the floor as you come down, and press, and up. Take it down, and press, and up. One more down. Next one. We're going to hold a nice extension of that hamstring. We're going to take the opposite arm into that thigh, and let's give it a nice stretch forward. Opposing hold stretch. Again, you want the hip pressed down to the floor, against the abdominal pressure in, the rib cage, the shoulders, that head and neck. Nice. Release that for a sec. Other leg up, other arm up, and let's hold that stretch. Down with the shoulders. Try to really stay even with your alignment. Body position to the floor as we hold that nice strong position and release that back. Nice. Hamstrings. Let's work the lower body for a sec. Lots of lower abs on this as well. So place the soles of the feet against the ball. Press down with those abdominal muscles. We're going to do a hip lift again. This time you're going to feel a lot of the posterior leg working with your glutes. Roll the spine down. Roll the spine up. Contract the glutes. Squeeze your hamstrings. Slowly down. Deep breath in. Exhalation, bring it up. Slowly down. Let's do one more. Feel those muscles working. Take it up. Notice the back of the shoulders working on this. And take it down. Nice. Leg up in the air again. Straight leg against that ball. Single leg lift. Now we'll start off modifying this a bit. We're going to bend that knee for a second. As you lift your hip up, single leg hold, take it down. If you'd like to go into a deeper challenge, is that straight leg position. So we're pressing up to the elongated stretch. Let's bend the knee and take it down. So push against the ball. Remember our primary focus, really push that thigh, push your hip, hold that core as you lengthen the body up. And let's switch. Other leg. Let's start with that bent knee. Now again, to make this a little easier, if you place the ball closer to the hip, there's less pressure, less intensity back at the core. To make it a little harder, you reach the ball down that leg a little further. Just 1 or 2 inches can make a huge difference in the intensity of the movement. Again, we're challenging muscles, absolutely, challenging that body, but primarily let's think about that core as we take it up. So we'll do 2 with the bent leg, and if that's feeling good, then you can start to challenge that with that elongated hamstring up and press. Push that hip against the abdominals. Keep the neck away. Retract your shoulders. You're going to be feeling your upper postural muscles of your spine and that posterior shoulder working. Let's do one more. And take it up. Nice. And take it down. And relax. In for a glute stretch. Lengthen out. Flex your feet. Let's come in. Press your hips down to the floor. Elongate it out. We're going to follow the movement with the arms. Do the triceps, fingertips touch, and bring it down to the floor. Push into the core to bring the ball in. So the motor, the fuel of the movement is your core. So you release up with the spine, then push into those abdominals that pulls the legs forward, into those triceps, elongate and down. Breath in. Let's do Kegels. Contract, pull in nice and strong, and open, release to the stretch. And in. And out. Last one. Let's take it in. Let's hold here for a moment. Reach those arms, walk them back, and lengthen those shoulders. If this is not comfortable, please bend or keep your elbows up a bit. But ideally, shoulders are on the floor, arms elongated. Hang on, we're going to take a straight leg up again. I'm going to reach that inner thigh over. So these are power stretches where you're challenging and activating muscles and getting a nice stretch at the same time. I like to call these a power stretch because you're powered up with those muscles, but you are toning, strengthening, and activating at the same time. Notice how the ball is still. Your ribs are pushed down to the floor. You're challenging the abdominals with the movement and the placement of your extremities, of your arms and legs. Let's go for 2 more. Lengthen that up. Press it out. Last one. Lengthen that up. And press it out. And release it down. Over to the side. Bring yourself up. I'm going to go into a nice spread leg stretch. So I'm going to take those feet apart. I'm going to bring that ball in toward the ankle of the side right leg. Nice and tall. So you want a comfortable position here. If you find it's difficult and you feel strain in your back to stay up in this position, please elevate your hips up on a pillow. If you just sit yourself up a little bit, it takes the stress off that sacrum. You can also take a fist, reach it behind you, and push yourself forward. We want to power up the hip hinge. Where is this flexibility coming from? It's coming from your pelvis. It's coming from your hips. So strong leg, flex your feet. Let's take a look that those feet are up straight and they're even, not one turned in and the other one turned out. We want that nice straight position, crossing the knee joint, up through that femur and into your hip. Now pull up with your spine. Nice. I'm going to take an arm up and we're going to go into a side bend. Feel that reach? Let's turn the hand and turn the hand as you very gently manipulate this right down through your shoulder girdle and your lat. Now you want to keep your hips to the floor. Don't let that hip roll up. Push down. Balance the pelvis. Balance the pelvis. Nice. And take it down. Let's switch sides. Nice and tall. Again, feel that lift. Flex those feet up. I'm going to take that to the side. Let's bring it over for the reach. Keep that hip down. Rotate the stretch. This should feel good. Elongate that reach out. Elongate the reach. Oh, it's not feeling better, kids. The sun is shining. Nice to spend this time with you. I'm telling you, I miss you guys. This feels so good. It's what we need. I'm going to continue this moving now. Toss that ball over in a roll. Up. Bring it over. And up. Smooth integration from that center. Over. Lifting tall. Over. Lifting tall. And over. Lifting tall. And over. Lifting tall. Last one. Nice. And take it up. No ball. Just let that roll away for a moment. We're going to take our position into a gentle movement forward. Take it up and challenge your lift. Come down the body. Now again, we're thinking about a hip hinge. We're not rounding that head down to the floor. That can be very strenuous for your sacrum, so do be careful with that. We want to increase the flexibility from the hips. That's where it's meant to come from. Press and forward. And take it up. Arms out. And press. And arms out. Once more, press that hinge. And bring it up. Nice. Let's bring in that left knee comfortably. Line up your toes with the knee. So not all the way in. Line it up with the knee. That's going to get our deep lateral hip rotators in a nice stretch. A little bit more into that piriformis, into your hip. A little more comfortable on the knee as well. This one should be gentle. You shouldn't feel any pressure, discomfort in your knee. And again, we're going to move your spine now in a gentle twist. So we're going to reach over toward that foot and we're going to reach back. Reach over. So we're moving your spine against the hip, knee, and thigh position to the floor. So you want to have respect for this position because you're sitting on a hard surface. So those bones and those ligaments are really getting activated here as you challenge your spine from that position. So you want to assess and feel comfortably that the hip's feeling good, the back of that knee joint's okay, the anterior front of the flex leg is comfortable. Notice how this comes into your hip. Isn't that nice? Your side of your hip meat, part of the glute, and the side of your lumbar spine. Feels great. Last one. Ease that down. And take it up. I'm going to make this a little bit harder. I'm going to come into that knee. We're going to bring it up to a stretch. We're going to take it down and then go back to that front position. Ease that back. Rise up. Again, if this is not comfortable into your hip or your knee, please just stay down with the position. Don't rise up. Pressing into that lift and take it down. And let's stay here for a moment and let's reach to the spine. Let's flex your foot. Flex and hold, and now relax. Take it up. Nice. Let's switch legs. Relax for a moment to the pelvis. Through the pelvis. Nice. Let's take the other leg in. Again, line up the toe into the knee. Nice flex position. You want to feel that the hips are grounded evenly to the floor. Pull that center up. Holding for a moment. Hand toward that inside of that leg. And we're going to ease that position down and comfortably back. We're moving the spine, gently mobilizing around the thoracic spine, your rib cage. We get back around your lat, and when we move back, it comes into your anterior chest and down the obliques. Take it down, and take it back. And down. And ease that back. Nice, deep, slow breathing, nice and gentle. Take that back one more, and ease that down. Take it up. Here comes our hold. Press over that foot. Nice strong position. Again, you're trying to engage from your hip. A little harder. Out through the spine. Shoulders back. Ribs in. Engage those posterior muscles. Nice hold on that. And let's release that around. Let's come into a nice tailor position. So comfortably. So if you need a little more support with your knees, you can rest your ankles on top of one another. That's generally a little bit easier on the knee joints, on the ankles. Again, if you elevate your pelvis up by sitting on a block or a pillow, that also makes it easier. But to increase the stretch a bit without turning into a pretzel, we're just going to independently line up our heels with the pelvis and let your knees relax. Again, if it's not comfortable to be up with your spine, please take your hands behind and just press against the floor as you lift. Lovely stretch. We'll all do that for a moment. Let's take the hands forward, breath in, exhalation down and around, and press that lift. As we think about the knees pressing open, again, this should feel good. Be aware of those areas that are speaking to you. Those joints, those tissues that got a little grab here and there, those are barriers. If you back off those barriers, your body will respond. If you force, you're risking strain. Be gentle, and the body loves you for it. It's all about positioning. One more. Let's take it back. Press up. Nice. Watch the next one in this position. We're moving the bones. Yes, we are. Through the pelvis. Down against the ischial tuberosity of those butt bones. We're moving your sacrum, sacroiliac, deep into your hips. And then it spirals down, of course, into your thighs, inner outer thigh, crossing the knee joint, down to your ankles. So you want this comfortable. Do not be aggressive with this. Do not force the position. It should be easy. You're moving within that comfortable range. Let your head relax. Easy. Feel the spine moving. Feel how the body responds to these. It's just absolutely wonderful to release stress, to relax those muscles. Let's switch. So let's bring your other foot in front. Place your position so it's comfortable. Any adjustments you need to make a note of that. Are you finding that there's a big difference between the one position to the other position? Those imbalances you want to be aware of. You want to spend a little bit of time on them and try to even them up over the days, over the weeks. Let's take those hands behind as you press yourself up nice and tall for a moment. Nice deep breath in as you feel that stretch, and then relax it down, forward lift. So when you come forward, you release the pressure, but then you lift up again. Elongate, lift the spine, anterior with the posterior, shoulders down and back, chin in, feel that lift, feel those muscles working. When you hold this, you will feel your base, because in order to challenge the lift of your spine, your body has to recruit against your hips and against this stretched position of your thighs. Let's take it back. Press up. Deep breath in. Feel your chest expand. Exhalation, align up and back to the breath. And exhalation. Deep breath in to the stretch. And exhalation. Deep breath in to the lift, engaging those muscles. And exhalation. Take it up. One more. Take it down. And up to the thighs. Relax it around. Easy. So you may be noticing that you feel a nice, gentle, light little stretch of the patella tendons of those quads when they insert down to that little tendon over the knees. So this is nice around the lower thigh. You feel this movement of the circling, engage the adductors and then the abductors. Inner outer thigh coming into the hip, coming down into the knees, and then of course against the back. At the head. Comfortable, easy, gentle movement. Nice and easy. Let the body relax. Deep breath in, deep exhalation. Nice and easy. Oh, I'm very grateful my little puppy was quiet. She had a little bark session earlier. So she's having a snooze right now. The bone work gave her a good chew bone. Give us this moment. To the side for just a sec. To that side. Let's take those hamstrings out. Almost done. Again, let's press back behind. Open up your chest and try to sit forward. Try to sit forward into that hinge. Flex those feet. Bring that hinge forward. From here, we're going to alternate a flexion and a point of the foot, toes, ankles. Try to keep your thighs as strong as you can. Lifting up nice and tall. Your chin is in. The shoulders are back. You're feeling that core working. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch. And let's release forward, soft, and up. So these are modified. Soften the spine and up. Even though you may be able to go much further, keep it less is more. Relax. Soothe the body. Let it move comfortably without force. Again, the release is very dynamic, very powerful. Last two. Take it forward. One more. Take it forward. Take it up. Come back in with the legs. Release it down. And a nice, deep, slow breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. Releasing the neck to finish this morning. In through the nose. As you exhale out through the nose, let the head fall to the left shoulder. Let that right shoulder press down. Bring your chin slightly forward. Press your shoulders slightly back. Nice levator scap stretch on this one. Really get the top of the shoulder into that cervical vertebrae. Really nice. And gently up. Other side. Nice deep breath in. Exhalation down as you drop that head. Drop that shoulder down. Let your neck turn, come slightly forward. Drop that shoulder back a little bit more. Should feel really good. Slowly up. Two more times. Breath in. Exhalation down. Drop forward. And slowly take it up with breath. Exhalation, drop down, forward, behind, and take it up. Last time, breath in, exhalation, drop, and behind, and up. And last one, down, drop, behind, and take it up. And release. Oh yes, the magic. You should be feeling relaxed, released. Enjoy your virtual visits with family and loved ones today. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Until next time, much love to all. Take care. And happy Easter.